Many of us are tired of covering Frontierland's destruction, Rivers of America's demolition, and so forth, but we have to talk about it because this construction project involving Piston Peak and so forth will change invariably the heart of the most attended theme park in the world. It's such an important story, and unfortunately, it comes at the cost of so many great experiences, but not excluding the ones in its surrounding area. Here you go from Blog Mickey. Second floor windows frosted at Columbia Harbour House to prevent views of Frontierland construction. November 24th, 2025. While collecting photos of our recent update on the tree clearing on Tom Sawyer's Island, we made our way up to the second floor of Columbia Harbour House to get an elevated view of the work. Unfortunately, for our curiosity, Walt Disney World has frosted the windows that overlook a portion of the construction site. And here's a look at the recent changes, along with good news for fans watching Disney construction. I'm not quite sure what that good news is, but you can see right here some of this demolition right there. We featured this before, but now you can see right here the Columbia Harbour House was very interesting because it was so beautifully nestled in kind of the heart of what this area is, this kind of depiction of 1776. Awesome stuff, Liberty Square. And you can overlook and see both the crowds, the people, and the Rivers of America out there in the distance. And unfortunately, now it's just blocked off. And I was talking to Pro Jonas, and he was thinking that this is not just a temporary fix for this problem, but maybe something permanent because, well, the view that you get beyond Columbia Harbour House, and who knows even if it will keep that name because it references Rivers of America. So, good luck with that.
Good point.
But this might be permanent because now you're going to be looking at Piston Peak. And so in order to maintain some kind of thematic consistency, they may have frosted these windows for good. What say you, Jonas, your reaction to all this and more?
Oh, no. I wasn't even thinking about that. They did, despite the things that we thought about the company, they did hold on to the Hall of Presidents there, which is one of the few Americana themed things that they will have left there. I don't know what they can do with this since it is such a heavily themed restaurant there. It's not like they can say that there's somehow a wooden restaurant, a wood themed, like a constructed colonial era restaurant sitting there. I mean, they could theme it to the Haunted Mansion, I suppose, but it's the new Frontierland. I would hate to see those windows fogged forever, unless there's some kind of maybe they could do one side of the Cars Mountain that does not look like it's got something that says Ka-chow on it. I hope that they don't get rid of all of this, but there's no reason for them to hold on to any of it at this point. So
yeah, if nothing can be treated with the amount of care and respect that Disney fans have come to expect, then why hold on to really anything or any of it? And I think that's where we're going here. Columbia Harbour House references a bygone era, let's say, of the Walt Disney Company, in which they had a Rivers of America for Magic Kingdom, their most attended theme park in the world. So it's like, okay, well, let's go ahead and frost the windows. And beyond that, I mean, Columbia Harbour House, let's just make it, I don't know, Liberty House or something like that. And I think that's the play. That's where they're going to go with this, and it's quite unfortunate because it highlights the thematic inconsistencies that were baked into this project from the very beginning. If you wanted to build a Cars themed area for Magic Kingdom, there were plenty of other places to do it. You could have done it beyond the Rivers of America. You could have done it in so many different places on Walt Disney World property, but you chose this park and you chose this spot, and this is why we have quotes from Imagineers, for example, who are saying, it's not really about the setting. It's about your frontier. You're paving your own frontier. You're going through. You are the magic kind of thing. And it's like, really? I mean, that's what theme
park. What theme park themes that way? Honestly, Harry Potter is not. Okay, you can say start your Harry Potter journey, but you know what that is? That's you joining a journey in progress. That is not
true.
You can be there and have this idea of it being a different form of Adventureland, which is what that sounds like to me, which Adventureland is already a squishy theme anyways, which it's fine to have squishy themes, but it does come off like a bit of baloney, like they got to hand wave it. Like when ABC Family started putting putting things that were inappropriate on there, they started calling it a new kind of family. Like, okay, yeah, thank you, marketing department, for that one.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
it's silly. I have no faith in Cars Mountain. I will continue to call it Cars Mountain until it's proven to be something other than just another busted ride. Which, Disney, please prove me wrong on this one. Also, you can tell that those are real Imagineers because they're not bookish college intern brunettes. You can tell that's not an official video.
Yeah, exactly. It's very strange how they market these things now. Now, thankfully, when it came to the new Imagineering video, in which they were showcasing audio animatronics, we got to see a very diverse group of Imagineers actually play their roles in that. But yeah, for when they're debuting something like, I don't know, Beacon Barrow, for example, or Test Track, they always seem to have a type, which is very interesting. I wonder what that says about Imagineering, Disney, whatever. But suffice all that to say, it's just when I look at something like this, there was a lot of avenues they could have gone, and they chose this one. They're forging ahead, and I guess they're gonna have to live with those decisions right there. We've heard, like, Jeff Foley, for example. Apparently, he's saying underutilized areas. This was certainly an area in which it is underutilized in terms of what management thinks of it, but you could have put there could have been usage placed on this. You could have turned this into like Fantasmic 2.0 if you really wanted to. You could have shortened the river to some degree and built around it, not too dissimilarly in how they did that for Disneyland. I'm sure there are ways and solutions by which they could have accomplished that. They didn't do any of that. They decided, okay, we're going to go in with basically a sledgehammer and make this fit. And if you're making decisions like this, like frosting windows, for example, or diminishing the experience in general in order to, fit your new ride or attraction or whatever, you shouldn't have done it to begin with.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's so sad. But we'll keep everybody up to date on all things Rivers of America, because this is such an important story. This will invariably change, like I said, the most attended theme park in the world. We just have to cover it. So for all that coverage and more, make sure you follow That Park Place.
You didn't. Well, of all the cheap, lousy ways to save a buck.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.